What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Talk That Talk podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-hosts with me.
You feel me? You know, Coach Reasons is in the building. Baby.
Yes.
Coach.
Closing some ground on these picks. Bake don't even want to acknowledge them these days. I felt like he was throwing in the towel with his last text, talking about the Pistons and the Rockets.
Hold on. I am winning that bet, though, by the way. In the picks, we got like 7 more weeks. It ain't over. We all won 2 games last week. So, I mean, we all broke even at the end of the day. Yeah, we all won 2. We won the Patriots. And then I lost to Dallas. Reasons won to Dallas.
I stole the Dallas.
Jay won what was that game that he won?
He won the morning game.
What was that? What game was
the Chargers?
He won the Charger game.
Yeah.
We lost,
Herbert.
and then we all lost the Ravens game, and we lost the Kansas City Chiefs game, and we all went the same on the Patriots. So we all won 2 games that week. So you ain't did nothing. You be acting like you did something. You ain't did nothing. It's still the same. It's all good in the neighborhood, and we got another opportunity for me to come back. You know, Thursday night football is tomorrow, and I'm on the right track. Just some things went.
You didn't get the Cowboys.
Bengals let me down.
I got the Cowboys.
Yeah, he got the Cowboys.
Yeah, he said that's what he said. He said he lost the Cowboys, and I got it.
We all won 2 games.
Doggy, you didn't win 2 games.
You only won
the Chiefs.
He won technically 2 because he got the. No, he only won 1. Yeah.
No. But I got the Washington game though. You got to remember, I got that Washington game. I did get that Washington game that y'all lost.
That was last week.
No,
that was last week.
Yeah, that
was last week.
But I'm saying I got that game, so that's still equivalent to what it still should be the same. Okay. It still should be the same. I should be down 4 games? 4 games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's still the same. In my head, it's still 2 games.
You're down 4 to him, you down 3 to me.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna get you first, and then I'm gonna get him for the finals. It's coming though. I love it because this is going to be great. You know how, like, when you think somebody's about to win the race and they're like, yes, let's go. What is it? Kentucky.
Reason I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
Is this like it's like the 2 hair? Is that what you mean?
No.
I'll tell you.
It's when a horse is like, you like, man, he ain't got no chance to win. Oh, my God, he's coming back. Oh, my God, he's going to win. It's coming. I just want y'all to know when it happens. I just want my flowers. Okay? Y'all all
Reasons I'm going to tell you what's really going to happen is he's going to start getting desperate. He's going to start going contrarian when he don't really want to go contrarian. And then 3 games, 4 games turns into 7, 8 games.
Okay.
And then he's going to be like.
Then he's going to throw in the towel. And he's going to bring up that we should have did this. And we should have did that.
No. Ain't no throwing the towel. 7 weeks. That's 7 more opportunities. If we go in 4 games, and if you got Christmas going to be another big week for us where we can add more than 4 games. It's going to be another big week for us. So it's not over. It looks gloomy right now. But it ain't over. I'm only down 3. I'm only down 4 to reason. So
it's a lot. It's a lot that can happen. I mean,
it's a lot of football that can go on, brother. But anyway, speaking of the picks, do we got the picks in?
Picks are in. So we get to those. Picks are in.
So the Steelers play the Vikings tomorrow?
Yes.
Ooh.
So and they're in a chronological picking order.
Okay. So let's talk about these picks. You got the Steelers, Vikings, 43 is the spread. What you got? Reason?
Vikings over.
Vikings over?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Steelers under.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What, man? That's not a bad pick, especially after the Steelers did what they did to our boy Lamar Jackson. Yeah, it did. It was. But I'm going Vikings over. I'm gonna be smart on this one. This is a desperate game for the Vikings. Even though Big Ben is on his farewell tour, I'm going Vikings over. I think it's going to be a pretty solid game. 43 something, and they're going to be in a dome. So I'm not worried about the weather right there. It's just going to be no reasons for points to not be scored. So Vikings over. Dallas and what the F? Who is what the F?
Washington football.
Oh, okay. What?
Cowboys over.
I got Washington football team under. Going with the upset.
I like Washington right now. I do.
I got to go with the hot team.
They are hot. They are hot and bothered. Super duper hot.
They hot.
And
I'm trying to separate myself this week.
And this is a big game for the division because they can. And I have them going to the playoffs, but I don't have them winning this game. I got Cowboys under this week. Let's get it.
Cowboys under? Yeah, I got Washington.
Niners, Cincinnati. Whoo.
You chose this one over the Bills and Bucks?
Yeah, because I'm over.
And that's boring. Yeah, it's boring, but you know.
Yeah, I feel like this Niners-Cincy game got, especially the way both teams lost last week.
Yeah, it's a lot riding on it.
Cincy over.
I got Cincy over also. Just looking at, this game going to be kind of high scoring.
I like it. I like where y'all going. It's really good. This is for me right here. This is another opportunity for another game. I'm going Niners over. Book it in Cincinnati. Big win. They need it, or they're going to be out of the playoffs. I got Niners over.
Well, they technically not going to be out because the NFC is trash right now.
Oh, but hey, they're going to be out of the playoffs. All right. Last but not least, Packers, Bears.
Packers over.
Yeah, Packers over. I didn't have to think about that one. That was
Packers under.
Ooh. I like it. I like that because
I feel like I'm not gonna play it safe this week. I'm gonna take this. Is gonna be my risk week.
This is gonna be your risk week. I feel that because I do feel that they can go under because the Bears probably won't put up enough points. I can see that happen.
This is my risk week. I feel like if I'm gonna take a risk, if Jay gonna come back,
this is Usain Bolt rounding the corner right now. That's what this is.
At 32 or something, 33. That's
you know what though? It's a Monday night game, right?
No, that's a Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Oh yeah, Monday. We wait till Monday. I had to think about that. To be honest with you, I like that pick though. I ain't gonna hold you. I do like that pick.
I know you do.
Because I don't think the Bears are gonna put up a lot of points, man. And I don't think and who's playing quarterback for the Bears this week? Is it Dalton or Fields?
It's gonna be Fields. I don't know. I mean, to me, I ain't heard nothing about Fields with that whole real thing.
Real quick before, because I may make an amendment. I don't know. I got to see this right here. I'm not gonna hold you because that's not a bad pick. I'm not gonna lie to you because the Bears just don't put no points on the board. That's just what it is. Their offense is atrocious right now. Did they play last week?
No, I never used that word correctly. Atrocious. Why you never
terrible and atrocious? That's what he's trying to.
Why
atrocious?
A is never given its just due.
I don't know.
You say that word.
Last time Green Bay played, they put up 36. I don't know if the Bears gonna get. That's a tough one. I don't know if the Bears gonna give me 13. It's one of those games where I don't. And it's at Green Bay.
Lambeau Sunday night.
Trap game.
It is.
43 is low. And usually when they give you these low numbers, it's telling me something about to happen. Like, it ain't a vibe. Just let me do one more thing, and then I'm going to make this pick right here, man.
The crazy thing, a lot of these low scores have been like Vegas ain't doing too much, honestly. Like, you feel me? We be like, nah, it ain't going to be. I feel like we talk ourselves more than the numbers.
They are surprisingly accurate.
Man, right? Like I'm sitting there like, nah. Oh, it was.
Okay. Can I see the weather? I don't know. It's gonna be cold out there.
After he gets down by 5 games, he's gonna have to have a timer.
All right. Hey man, I'm just evaluating this right here. I like Packers over, but I don't like Packers over, but I'm gonna go with I'm going to go Packers over at the house. I think it's going to be a defensive game. I don't think – and I won't be surprised if they don't get it. I'm just saying because I really feel that pick. I really do. But that's what I'm going to go with, Packers over. I'm going with Packers over. I'm going to rock with them. That's what I'm going to do. If I feel froggy, I may send an amendment. We did that for the Patriots game. before the game starts. So the game
Well,
starts.
I feel like if you can get it in before the game.
Pause.
Okay, if you can get the pick in.
Pause.
If you get the amendment in.
Yeah, just no COVID or injury amendments. But other than that,
no. If I'm feeling like the weather going to be different, I may say.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway.
The weather, amendments, Pats, mac and cheese. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about my boy Mac and Cheese only throwing the ball 3 times and still getting a W. Man, my boy Jason, one of the most funniest clips I've seen all year, but it was just due for my boy Mac's performance. He only threw the ball 3 times for 18 yards. 18 yards. And it was all like screen dump offs. It wasn't even no pass.
The one pass he threw was to Jonnu Smith.
But they was able to beat a division rival. And it's crazy because I'm the one who said it before y'all said. If I'm not mistaken, it was y'all two who said the Bills is going to win a division. The Bills. This is the Bills division. I said the Pats is going to win this division if Mac Jones is starting quarterback. Y'all looked at me stupid. Y'all said Mac Jones, macaroni and cheese, the Mac attack. He ain't going to beat the Bills. The
Here's
number
question,
one team in the AFC.
Bake.
Hold on.
Bake.
Hold on. The number one team in the AFC.
This is I have a serious question for you. This is so serious. This is the most serious question I've ever asked you on the pod.
What's up?
If I gave you a couple of weeks, a month to get in shape, go in there, take some snap, get some reps with them boys, would you have done what Mac Jones did this past week?
Yeah, I could do that. I ain't you know, me being about 5'9" on a good day, I could have did some Derek and some Doug Flutie up in there. Like, hey, there you go. Side on me here. You know what I'm saying?
Now, but you fully understand there's 7 weeks left, right?
I understand that. But who is the best team in the AFC?
Right now?
Yes.
The New England Patriots defense.
Damn Skippy.
Did you miss the last part? Said the New England Patriots different defense, not the team. Defense,
man,
the best
team.
Score
points. You got to score points.
You're not really substantiating your argument very much on Mac and Cheese is different. This is what I heard is different.
Yeah,
different. He's setting records on least pass attempts in a dub. Like
that is different. Hey, Jay, that's different. That's different.
That is different. That is different. So let's get to the big root. The big root of these. Can the New England Patriots win a Super Bowl with this formula?
Nah.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say no. So I think that when they went through their divorce with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, I was like, well, Tom just got to pick, a Cadillac ready for him where all they needed was the driver. And it's like, and he had 2 years, 3 years to just go do what he does and have everything his way and tailored. But I'm like, if Bill Belichick gets to coach for 10 years, then he has a gap year where he's just, everybody's opting out. He gets to get a first round pick. I'm like, I don't want to dump on Mac Jones. He's a quality guy. He plays the part, he can manage the game, and he's accurate as hell. And in crunch time, can he be the opposite of Kirk Cousins? So yeah, absolutely. But he ain't winning a game for you off schedule. And this coach, Bill Belichick, is out. He's on a mission. Tom, okay, you can have the first one, but when that legacy battle is like Shaq and Kobe, I think Bill he's the greatest coach of all time. I don't even think it's debatable. And he's about to go on a 2 to 3 year run of competing for the AFC. That offense is not good enough when you say, okay, they got to beat the Chiefs. They got to beat whoever else comes out of the AFC. And then they got to beat the king of the NFC. And that's just too much. There's going to be one of those games where they're going to have to put up more points than they're capable of. And I just don't see it.
Yeah, right now, it's an interesting formula. It's starting to get cold, so you got to run the ball a little bit more. And the weather in Foxborough ain't friendly either. So, yeah. I mean, it's going to be tough because, like you said, you bring up teams like the Chiefs. I mean, if the Ravens can figure out their life, that's another team that can go score points. I truly believe Derrick Henry will be back for the play, but that's going to be a slugfest if they end up having to meet. But I just feel like the way the NFL is set up, if they can get home field, then possibly. But if they got to kind of travel and weather is fair, it's just going to be interesting. I just feel like it's kind of like the Tom Brady year when Tom Brady year with Mac Jones right now. And, it's just they're gonna have to be right at the right time. Remember, they got saved that year, the Patriots did. We ain't gonna bring up the Tuck rule.
Oh, yeah.
They got saved. But they got saved.
Here's my thing. I think this formula can win a Super Bowl because if you can control the line of scrimmage, you can dictate what kind of game is going to be played at the end of the day. And they've been able to do that on both sides of the football. Running the ball very, very effectively and playing great, solid defense. Now, can Mac Jones win a Super Bowl only throwing the ball 3 times? Hell no. Hell to the no. But at the end of the day, I love the blueprint that Belichick is creating for his team. It's simple. It's smash mouth. It's old school. It's my line is better than your line. Because at the end of the day, what it all boils down to is the line of scrimmage. Whoever controls the line of scrimmage can dictate how a game is going to be played. And if you're able to run the ball effectively, then you're able to control the time of clock. You're able to control those high power offenses, and you're able to keep them off the field. Now, Mac Jones is extremely accurate, and he can throw the football when need be. And I know you probably may say, well, babe, what if they load up the box? I love it. When they load up the box, that's going to give Mac Jones more of an opportunity to show why this man is the Mac attack, why you love mac cheese on every Thanksgiving, because it's just that good. And he is just that good. And I think this formula, if they stay consistent, continue to play great football, don't turn the ball over, and dominate on the defensive field, you can win the Super Bowl. Because you want to know why? You know who did it? I'm not saying that they are like them, but the Baltimore Ravens did it with a horrible offense. They dominated with a great defense. They didn't have an offense.
Whoa. Time out.
Offense. It was a defense. Now, hold on. I said, I'm not saying they're the Baltimore Ravens, but I am saying they are the number 1 defense in the league. They are one of the best defense out there. They are dominating on the defensive end on a week-to-week basis. And all Mac Jones got to do is be Mac Jones. Don't try to be nobody else but yourself, and they're going to be in good hands.
Yeah, but he's going to see, let's keep it a buck with the NFC. He's either going to see Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Kyler Murray. And that's one game. That's the very last game. But on the way, the only one, I can't even say Lamar with holding a straight face. So I'm just going to leave that one out. In the last couple of weeks, I hadn't seen from him. But I am confident Patrick Mahomes. And if he gets behind by 10 points in any one of these games to one of these quarterbacks, it's not going to be good for the Patriots offense. So
and Jay, like that's where the maturation of Mac Jones is going to have to continue to grow for us, for Bakes
conditions to come true.
Yeah. When can he come back and win those games?
Down
can he
10 points going into
bring
the third.
Somebody back? And we haven't necessarily had to see it. You feel me? Right now. But even then, I mean, they do have 4 losses, so it's not like he's been out here just winning, but they're currently on like an 8-game win streak and they're doing their thing. And I respect it, but that whole, can you really come back when the chips is down? Because all it takes is for a team to go down there and score. You have a 3 and out, boom, they score again. Now you 14 in the hole just off the strength. And so, You feel me? Interesting. It's going to be real.
At the end of the day, look who they play next. They got a tough game against the Colts, and they got the Bills. After that, they play the Jaguars and the Dolphins, and their season's over with. So they're in good position. They win these next 2 games. The next 2 after that are definitely winnable games, and they can finish.
I mean,
but it's the gauntlet. Even if they get the bye, they're gonna be against quarterbacks, and it takes one game and one turnover to get down 12 points, by 14 points,
and that was a last-second heroic field goal that they win. They didn't just dominate them. There hasn't been a game that they was just dominating the whole year. They haven't been dominated. They've been in every game that they played against, and so if they play against the Chiefs, we know the Kansas City Chiefs are not who we think they are. They have moments where Patrick Mahomes has struggled. We've seen it. We have seen it. And though they're winning games, and you can't knock it because they're winning. A win is a win. But in my opinion, I think there's more parity than y'all giving it in the NFL this year. I don't think it's one dominant team. Anybody can get beat in right now. There's no team like I got to worry about. I know the Arizona Cardinals, you may think, but then, hey, you know, they did lose. They lost a couple games, and they about to lose this week because don't we got that bet? Don't they play this week?
Monday next week.
Monday night.
Next week.
Oh yeah, Monday night.
Monday
night. Monday
night. You don't even
prime time for that game.
Monday. You don't even feel good about that, bro.
Oh, I do. I still don't believe in Arizona. I don't think they're going to be that good. I think they're playing great right now, in my opinion. But we're going to see. I love what Mac Attack is doing. I told y'all he was going to do this. Y'all didn't believe me, but it's great when I.
No, you're right. You told me two or three for 19 yards. You sure did. Tell me about that.
Anyway, let's move on to some other news, some vid news. We talking about Antonio Brown. He's back in the news. Ain't nothing super duper crazy, but it's something really, really important. Allegedly, he was accused. Allegedly, because it's still back and forth.
No, it's facts. That's why he admitted it. It's facts. He lied about his vaccination card.
That he submitted a fake vaccination card, and now he is now suffering and dealing with a suspension. But here's the thing. Should A-Rod have got suspended? Because technically A-Rod didn't lie, but he didn't tell the truth. And so A-Rod was able to not get to still play after he got through COVID, but AB got suspended. Do y'all think that is fair?
Oh, it's very fair. Very fair. See, one thing is to lie and to have proof of your lie, right? Because you have to submit a vax card. So you consciously knew you wasn't vaccinated at the time, but you want to make sure you went through training camp. And I feel like, to my boy's Jay point, I'm going to do his. It's when you are putting everybody at risk, being selfish by making sure that you're covered. You can go and do certain protocols that everybody else can't do. And I feel like that's where the issue is. It's like, lied about this when it's not the, oh, I'm on my way 10 minutes, but I'm really minutes away kind of lie. This is like, yeah, you have to go get a whole car. And on top of that, it's a crime to do that.
Yeah.
Right now. Like, it's not just football line. Like, that's a real whole thing during that time to do that. And with A-Rod, again, he necessarily didn't lie. He told us what we thought we wanted to hear. And the Packers knew about what he was doing. You feel me? Like, it can't be a lie when your organization is in on what you got going on, unless y'all all lying together.
Aaron Rodgers lied to the media. And AB's lying to the NFL blatantly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. If A-Rod lied to the media, why did the NFL didn't know about it? Because the NFL acted like they thought he was vaccinated. That was the thing.
Because they didn't do their due diligence. They took that. That's why he got the fine, because of all the protocols that he was messing up. So when they look back, they like, well, we got duped, or we was being dumb.
It's not the NFL's responsibility to make sure that the media is up to par with all the knowledge in the 411.
I understand that, but I'm saying the NFL, when they found out the news, they thought A-Rod was vaccinated. That was their response. They didn't know that he wasn't vaccinated.
But again, babe, we had this conversation. All vaccination reports have to be reported to the league. So what I gather from it is the fact they knew he was unvaxxed But for the most part, I think the fight comes from all the protocols he was breaking as far as the press conferences and what he was doing at the facility.
But
so I think that's where the problem came in from.
But hear me out. If A-Rod never caught the vid,
we would never know about this either.
They would have let him still do what he was doing. So if they knew that he was vaccinated this whole season, why fine him? If they knew, if they already knew.
It goes into the NFL.
No,
gotta cover their ass because I feel like they was in cahoots with the.
Yeah. No, let's be clear. A-Rod was fined for exposing other people after the fact who were under the impression that he wasn't vaccinated. So when he's walking around the facilities and all of this, he did not get fined not one bit for misleading the media.
Okay,
not one bit. So he's exposing other people. That's the difference in the suspension for AB to be just sitting there fraudulently trying to submit a card like an elementary school kid. Like, come on, bro, dog, come on, man. What are we here? Like,
and here's my thing too about that. In my opinion, I think they both deserve a suspension. I really do. I think they both deserve a suspension because, in my opinion, even though yes, AB was more worse or whatever the case may be, how the hell? This is what I'm getting at. This is looking bad on NFL overall. Because how are you able to play 7 weeks or 5 weeks or however long AB's been on the football field, and y'all know his card is not legit?
No, see what happened, Bake, is the initial training camp was not legit. Since then, he has been vaccinated where his was legit. But it's so he's
why is he suspended? Okay, the card wasn't legit, but he got it.
He's being retroactively suspended for what happened at the beginning of training camp. That the story is because his chef came out and said the whole chef thing. So that's what happens when you treat people. People can come back and get you. So you got to treat people right. And I'm here to say I feel like it's to like go back in time and suspend somebody for something that happened in July when training camp started.
So I'm not understanding what you think is wrong, babe. I'm not understanding what you.
I think he's changed his tune because now he has the facts.
No,
I get that.
No, what I'm getting at. Okay, he submitted the wrong one, but eventually it got done before. I don't know when it got done. I don't know when he got vaccinated.
Yeah, so that's what I done.
So whenever it got done or whatever the case may be, it is what it is. Like but you got a situation where A-Rod. You know the man not vaccinated, and you letting him be on press conferences. You letting him do all jilly willy, and you didn't find him until it got to the media that he actually wasn't vaccinated. If you knew all along, A-Rod played 9 weeks. He did it for 9 weeks, and if he never caught COVID, you was gonna let him get away with it all damn season. That's my point. So both of them. Here's my thing. Both of them should have got a suspension. Don't just suspend one man at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, yeah, he made a mistake, but he ended up making do for his mistake. A-Rod still ain't vaccinated. And I'm not saying he has to be vaccinated, but he still, he didn't get no punishment, but a little fine, a little dink, only because y'all look
the
like
crimes are
idiots.
different. The crimes are different.
There are different crimes.
And
at the end of the day, they can be different, but they still are in the same realm. Look, just because you lied about the vaccination, I get that. I'm not saying AB shouldn't be fined. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is A-Rod should have been suspended as well too, or whatever the case may be, because the media and the NFL, I wouldn't say that. The media didn't know, but the NFL knew. They let this man go out and then they acted. Here's my thing.
For something that you knew about.
When the word got out there, the NFL acted like they didn't know. They was like, they thought A-Rod was vaccinated. They thought he was vaccinated.
To me, that's the disappointing part about this. And this is why with AB, I'm like, bro, you've been treading on the thinnest of thin ice.
On top of that.
Yes. Completely separate for the last 18 months. But you gonna feel so strong for the culture. Hey, I'm not getting this vaccine. Let me go ahead and get a fraudulent one here and submit this. Like, come on, dog.
Because again, it's not
go full Kyrie, bro. Come on, man.
Listen, it's not mandated. So he just didn't want the constrictions that came being vaccinated versus unvaccinated. That's what makes it more selfish and dumb, because it's not like the NFL saying you have to be, but they just got different protocols. You're not. And you want to be above rapport, as my man Jay liked to use. And I love that. And now look, now you suspended because you just couldn't just sit there and say, like, I'll just deal with the protocols. Man, you got too much money not to be able to. You have to just show up to the facility, wear a mask around the facility, and then go practice and put a mask on to speak to the media. Bro, that's it. Nothing else. All you have to do is wear a mask while you're there.
But you know what? And that just tells me, ever since, me and Bake was talking about old man injuries and my plantar fasciitis rupturing. And then I think about what it meant to me when Kobe passed. And so every single time I step on the court, it's just like, smelling roses and just appreciating the ability to do what just to get a good high intensity win going in you. And for Antonio Brown's career to be threatened, and then you're on thin ice and you have to have the greatest quarterback of all time vouch for you. And then you have the gall to come out here and submit a fraudulent vaccination card. What is your IQ, bro? -2? Come on, man. Come on, dog.
Again, we know that Antonio deals with a lot of stuff mentally. We already know that. Speaking of the media, there's been a lot of division going on when it comes to the media. And my boy, Dame time. Is it time for Dame to find a new player, or is this just the media creating this fake drama? Let's talk about the Portland Trail Blazers and this whole media debacle of Dame talking about he want to play with Ben Simmons, and then Dame saying, hey, I ain't saying if it ain't come from me, that ain't real. That ain't true. And then having your own teammate saying, I know where me and Dame stand. And if Dame want me out, you know what I mean? We got a relationship I would know by now, or whatever the case may be. So right now I'm rocking with Dame. If it didn't come from his mouth, then I believe what Dame is saying. Let's talk about it. Oh, it's a lot of drama going in Portland. And I ain't talking about the rain.
Man, Dame's been one of my favorite players. And for the last couple of years, when he hit, I think that shot he hit on Paul George was the greatest shot I've ever seen in my years watching basketball. The degree of difficulty on that shot, that was the most amazing shot I've ever seen.
Hashtag and then the time and place. 22, by the way.
Yeah. And then the moment, and in that moment, I think is what made it even more. And then him being from Oakland and his whole brand just being like authentic. And so he's one of my favorites. But then on the other side, I'm starting to see him talk out of both sides out of his mouth. And he's trying to defend his brand when he's, talking to LBJ in the summer. Is it even feasible to get traded to the Lakers? Oh, I want to hear what the plan is from the front office. Like, and then now you mad when it's Shams and Adrian Wojnarowski's business to gossip, to have some foresight, to talk about your mediocre team. And it's like, and I go back to you didn't want to see Mason Plumlee go, but now you love Nurkic, right? You don't want to see CJ McCollum go, but you embrace the new teammate. Like, he's caught in the middle, and I'm losing respect because now you're treating me like I'm dumb. And like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I know you're frustrated. I know you give it 110 every time you step on the court, but don't talk to me like I'm stupid. And he out here trying to protect a brand for what? I don't know. But it's getting kind of frustrating. I'd rather him just go chill, bro. It's not even worth your time. You're sitting over here talking to booger eaters on the internet, and for what? For what? Just do you. When it's time for you to move on and you have that conversation behind closed doors, then do it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to read about it every day because I'm looking at you less because you talking out of both sides out of your mouth. That's just my take.
Yeah. This Dame Dollar situation is interesting. I mean, he want to win, man. And I think he, like you said, he kind of protects his brand in his conversations instead of just trying to be in full transparent because he feels like he's going to throw the team or the organization underneath the bus. But he has earned that right to really speak how he feels.
Yeah, he has.
Don't be afraid to just say how you feel. I feel like that's what more of my issue is. And that's what my issue is being with star players in these situations. Like, everybody want to hide and do, but it's like, nah. Like, if they're going to trade for it, if they're going to trade you, they're going to trade you. If they're going to go get some help, they're going to go get some help. But when are playing both sides of the fence, trying to be a company man and trying to be a Oakland soldier, no pun intended, you feel me? You messing it all up because it's just like, they don't know what they need to do because you're not making it definitive on where you really stand. You can want to be in Portland, but you can also say, well, goddamn, I want some legitimate help. Like, it's no disrespect to the guys that I got, but that are competing and they got these pieces to match these pieces and that piece to match that piece. I don't have all those requisite pieces. We need to do something, and we need to do something fast or get rid of me and y'all start over. What they gonna do? They gonna figure it out, or they gonna start over. And he's like, if for example, if Steph Curry was unhappy, I would hope Steph speaks up. Like, hey, fix this and do some kind of stuff. When you get to that stature, you can do that. You feel me? Just like LeBron did a few years ago when he was in Cleveland. He was like, we ain't good enough. And what did Cleveland do? I had to go get good enough. Did it work? Nah. But they at least tried to make the moves and try to get good enough. I feel like Dame needs to stand on his shoulders and be like, look, this is what it is. And then I feel like we wouldn't have this back channel talking with the reporters and the inside guys because somebody's talking. That's just a lot of it. When you get smoke, there's fire.
Dame feels like his brand is getting compromised, and that's where he feels like he has to defend himself. But he doesn't. He doesn't have to. That's all I'm really saying. He doesn't have to. Here's my thing.
And I'm going to say this. I'm going to preface this. I think people like Tim Duncan, Michael Jordan, Kobe, and all the old greats that played back in the day played at a prime time. Yet we had the news, but you had to get like sources. But now with the accessibility with cell phones and Twitter and every type of media outlet, anything can be taken out of proportion and turned into a story. And so it's tough. It's tough for a lot of these players, man, especially when you come in from a Damian Lillard, who's a great stand-up guy, but he does be who he is. He is authentic. And I think right now he's just letting people know, look, if I want to be out, I'll be out. If I have a conversation in private and may say some things, I will hope that it stay in private and it don't get out, right? But we living in a day and age where everybody wants a story. And there's people who will pay Luco money to hear Dame say, yo, I want Ben Simmons instead of CJ McCall. You know what I'm saying? McCullers. They would eat that up all day. McCullum. That's what I said. CJ McCullum.
You said
CJ McCullum. And my thing is, Dame is in a hard place right now. He's in a rough place because it's like, I know he's not happy. I know he's not happy with.
Oh, no, that I agree with you, bro.
I know he wants to win, and I think he knows that their window is been closing and it's starting to look like it's never about to open up again. And maybe he's having some private conversations with some people he think and thought that was cool, that had his back, and it start to get out. And now people are running with it and creating these stories. And when your team's not winning, everything's going to be magnified at the end of the day. But I think Dame should just be him. Tell the world, like, hey, if you're not happy, I'd rather you be respectful and say that. But I get why you won't say that, because sometimes when you say something, it's like it hurts. It hurts people. Like if you was to be in a relationship and let's say you're not happy and you do got to say it and you tell them like, I'm just not happy with us right now. And I don't think we're going to move forward. And you've been with this person for a long, long time. It's hard. it's hard to like let that go. It's hard. You take that a bit personal. Like, what you mean you're not happy? What did I do? Haven't we
but what you don't do is you don't go start like lightweight flirting with another girl that you shouldn't be, and you're like, well, it's not really flirting, but you know when you're emotionally out there, right? And then you come back and be like, no, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that, baby. I'm all about you, baby. Come on,
okay,
baby.
I hear that. You know? I definitely hear that. But here's the thing: there's times where it happens to the best of us, where
true story.
We get tested, and we have to we kind of just entertain something. We ain't gonna do nothing drastic, but we entertain it. Like, ooh, that do sound good. Like when somebody that you know ain't your girl telling you some crazy stuff, you like, man, I ain't never heard that before. That sounds really, really good. It may be true better story. To go over it there. Happens, but then you come to your senses.
But your character gets tested when a third party is saying, "Did this happen or didn't it?" Now it's all subject to interpret. It's subjective. It's
right. I hear you.
Ambiguity. It's I wasn't really finna step out. I just,
I was just hearing what she was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And I agree. That's perfect. That was good. That was good right there. And I look at it like this. If Dame was to sit down, have a team meeting, and just come out frank, and be like, hey, look, we ain't good enough. And I'm team meeting, because as the leader, as a star player, you can say that to these grown-ass men who are making dollars. Like, that's a part of the business. Everybody always bring that up, right, Jay? Oh, man, I understand. So part of the business is, as the leader coming out and saying, we ain't good enough. So if you hear rumblings about
here's the hardest kind of conversation. Let me ask y'all a hard question here, because this is what I would do, but I realize I think I'm like one out of 90 who would actually approach the situation like this. Like me and CJ could be like homeboys, dog, come over for Thanksgiving, homeboys, right? And I'm looking at their skill set, their position, and it's like, and I'm like, I could be this CJ like, hey, bro, maybe we should entertain a trade. It ain't changed that we brothers, but maybe we should, because we need an inside presence. And whether it's me getting traded or you getting traded, and maybe I just, and I'd even probably make a joke out about it. I might have to send you to Philly, bro, but it would be tactful and it would be upfront and it would just be like, but it's sacrilegious for Dame to say, CJ's my brother, but, behind the scenes, I was having this conversation to give his ass the boot. Like, nobody does that. I would, but nobody does it.
Hey, but Jay, it's similar, but he's a free agent. It was what LeBron James did with D-Wade.
Yeah.
It was like, look, but I don't see this us winning some more championships. I see that I can probably be better in Cleveland with the Kyrie kid and going to go get K-Love and doing something like that.
Hard conversations, bro.
It is. And you if you are as authentic as who you are, like Dame portrays and you comes off to how he is, then it's hard, because you come from these streets where you have to have those real conversations, and that's how your survival tech, who he is, has been groomed. Who he is from that kind of conversation, because it was telling him, nah, you're not enough. Nah, you can't do this. Why do you think he ended at Weber State instead of at a Pac-12? You feel me? Because of tough conversations. And that's, to your point, Jay, that's what needs to be had, bro.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out how this story unfolds. I just think when you're losing, everything becomes more magnified. Before we get out of here, real quick, I wanna ask y'all this. I know you saw the Lakers. I know you saw them play better, but I want to ask you this, and I want to be honest. I want you guys to be honest with me. Is something wrong with Anthony Davis? Honestly, I just want to know, because I don't know. I don't feel like.
Yeah, I got you. He got 2 rings. He got a champion, and then he went and got married. So to me, he looked satisfied. The hunger's not there. That's what I see. There's no more hunger. And when there's no hunger, it's very hard, to me, if you're not really built like that, to turn that back on. He was hungry when he first got to Kentucky, right? Why they go win a national championship. He was hungry when he first got to the because he had something to prove being a number one pick. And then he was really hungry when he got traded to the Lakers because they gave everything to bring you in to go win a chip. And then he gets injured. Then it's complaining about things. Now we back. He's not hungry. And that is going to be a recipe for disaster. And again, I don't blame Vogel for his hunger, but I blame Vogel for contributing to the hunger by allowing him to play a certain way and not saying, not doing that. Because Vogel came out and said, yeah, man, we want Anthony Davis taking 6 threes a game because it adds to the offense. We think he's more. Instead of saying, no, go be a dog and then stay out with
when he challenges him like that, what exactly do you think is going to happen? Because I can tell you, he's finna be on the first thing smoking.
I don't know. But again, if you end up having to get traded, you got challenged, then you was soft butter biscuits to begin with.
He was, but see, that's the thing. He was from the jump, and you're right. He was motivated by some other things, and so like everybody's got a different agenda here. So Frank Vogel's is keep a job. And so, and if he comes at Anthony Davis the way that Charles Barkley and you are suggesting that he does, he won't have a job by the time the trade deadline rolls around, let alone the rest of the year.
Yeah.
With Anthony Davis, again, I'm not surprised. I'm sitting there looking at it like, here's the recipe. Let's do the math. He's been injury prone his whole career. Whether you put an asterisk next to the bubble championship or not, he's got a championship. He just signed for $200 million, knowing he was mentally like only invested so much at this point. He said, I'm going to play more 5. Okay, but that's going to allow me to shoot more 3s. And now he's not hot. This is all a recipe. It's cooking up the ingredients. And now you get what I mean, this is not rocket science to me. It was all predictable. Injury prone. He's a Rasheed Wallace to me. Everybody talks about how much of a killer Rasheed Wallace was. You look at those career stats, they don't add up. He was sometiming. But then when you get KG and Tim Duncan talk about him, we couldn't stop him. He was so long. He just picked and chose when he wanted to show up. And Anthony Davis,
that's not good enough.
Yeah, exactly. It's
not talent, but he plays like a top 30 player.
Exactly. And LeBron's 37, so he can't carry the water. LeBron just looked at it like he's 10 years younger than me. He should be the one carrying the water. But your math is off, bro. He's always been injury prone. Now he's got a championship, and now he's got $200 million coming his way, whether he puts up 20% on 3s, 40% on 3s, or 15 rebounds versus 10 rebounds. Like,
yeah, for me, I never saw it verbatim. Like, here's my thing: if you don't have the hunger, that's fine. Fake it, okay, fake it, damn near. But it's just you see it. He's out there, like. Now I get it. You're getting dunked on part of the game. But just the way that people was just dominating. I'm talking about smaller players. I'm talking about everybody on the court. And then you have this thing where you want to try to show up in the second half and then assert your dominance. I don't think that's going to be a recipe for winning. And I feel bad for Bron, but I don't feel bad for Bron because he brung AD. And at the end of the day, they got the Lakers a ring. They did what they said.
That was the goal. That was the goal.
They won a championship. Regardless of people want to say it was the bubble championship, I don't care. It was a championship at the end of the day. Kevin Durant was in that. No, Kevin Durant wasn't in that one. Everybody else was in there besides the Kevin Durants, but Kyrie didn't play. But the Philadelphia, every team that made it to the playoff was there competing for a chip. They wasn't saying it's a bubble to them. They just said, hey, we got to finish the season. And what I see from Anthony Davis is somebody who's coming in there and they like half timing, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like you about to retire and you like, Yeah, I may work hard today, and then tomorrow you're like, I don't got it in me, bro. I'm gonna just give you a little bit enough to show you that I did my work. But I'm not going extra and over and beyond no more because I'm about to be out of here. And it just when I saw him get that ball stripped away from him like a girl, I said, "You a grown man, and you just let a man just take the ball from you." I said, "Yeah, man. He just don't. He just."
He just the hunger's not there, and like I said, I hope that he hears it from Charles, and I hope that he hears it from Shaq, and I hope that LeBron steps like I feel like LeBron is the brother you want because he's not gonna challenge you. He's just gonna be like, yeah, bro, you good? When it really needs to be like, bro, you're playing trash.
You know what? The crazy part about it, I know we don't see Brian do that on camera, but I think he talked to Anthony Davis off camera.
But babe,
I truly
if he, I'm just being 1,000% honest. If he did, then we wouldn't see at least fake it.
Just right, and I think he faked it in the second half. He faked it in the second. He was there. He was getting blocks. He got 17 rebounds. But I'm not saying LeBron talked to him at the halftime, but I think they got this connection where he'll look at you and be like, "Yo, what you doing?"
I'm like Jay. If you're the leader, I need the Draymond. Okay, I need somebody saying,
"Hey,
hold on. That's what I like."
Hey, did you see what happened to KD? Did you see why he left?
But listen, but was Draymond wasn't wrong in his premise though? That's my thing. He was wrong in how it went down, but he wasn't wrong in his premise. And Draymond,
I understand that, but KD wasn't. KD didn't like that. KD didn't like him call him out like that.
Exactly, but that becomes a part of generation of people and players and all that. You can't take somebody coming at your game when they're being. That's the problem. Anybody that come at AD right now is right. I can see if he was out here having 32 and 12, and we sitting there saying he's not performing, but he's averaging a measly 25 and 10. And it's a very quiet, non-dominating.
No, don't say quiet. It's some soft butter, grandma, extra honey biscuits type numbers. Just call a spade a spade. I'm just saying, man, I don't know what's going on with AD, but it doesn't look like his heart is in the game right now.
Do you guys remember what I said about 2-3 weeks ago?
You said to trade.
I said nobody's talking about nothing, but we are making some headway. And come about Christmas time, MLK Day, be like, well, where's he from? He's from Chicago. Chicago's about the only team that I already did the homework on it. I went through all the lists. Yes, no, yes, no, 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 no. Yes, maybe. Yes. Chicago's the one.
It'd be a good fit for him going back home.
He's going to be gone. Vogel will be gone before that happens. And the Lakers would have to just bottom out for him to get traded. Like it's gonna have to take some.
I don't think they're gonna trade him yet unless he says he wants to leave. They're gonna try to keep on.
Why would you want to leave LA?
Because I'm gonna say this, and then we can finish and call it a day. Going to Chicago is going back home. It'd be a Candace Parker-like story, a chance to win a championship for Chicago. And the last time they did that was since Michael
D-Wade. Well, went back. You see, that didn't turn out right.
I know, but I'm saying
going home don't mean things. Going home mean pressure. And if you vote LA pressure when you got a guy with you.
But they won a ring though. So the other thing is just extra now. This is just extra icing on the cake.
Vucevic, Caruso, and what else?
I'm more. What you mean? What else? I'm gonna need DeMar.
Oh yeah.
Vucevic, Caruso, DeMar. I'll take that.
Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be a crazy trade.
I like AD, but if it was a trade that needed to happen, and
that'd be crazy.
Vucevic, DeMar, Caruso.
That'd be
that math. I mean, the Lakers would have to toss a little extra in, but
but you can toss a little extra
to make the numbers work.
Yeah, but you can toss a little extra. You can toss a little extra.
That's gonna do it for today's show. Hey, next week your boy Baker's only gonna be down one game. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm only gonna be down one game.
I've been hearing this all season.
One game, y'all. It's coming. Y'all let us know about the picks in the comments below, and also Let us know about the topics we talked about today. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed. Hey, get vaccinated if you don't. Wear a mask, whether you got vaccinated or not. All right. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Don't be faking no vax cards at work.
Yeah. No fake cards. No fake cards. All right. No fake cards. Always remember to talk that talk. We out of here, man.